Take your time. No rush.
We're here till
I don't
8.
know what he
Thank
asked.
you, words.
I forgot. Okay. Demarcus Lawrence was probably the soul of the defense. He was the most, I think, the most talented guy against the run and pass. So him not being there just made a defensive line that wasn't very good even worse. And you know, there's no upsize. This defensive coordinator, hey, I feel sorry for him.
But so what you're saying, even with the young guys we have, which they're not experienced, like the Parsons of the world, the Bohannons, the defensive linemen. Is there some growth there, Charlie? You got to give these young guys a chance.
Hey, this is the way they do now. It's just like college. They bring you in, throw you out there. They don't teach them nothing. They don't have time to. Were they out there hour and a half,
Right.
2 hours?
Right.
They don't have time to. All they go out there, hit a couple drills, get hand placement. They don't teach any technique. So how's the guy going to get better?
Okay, well, walk us through that, Charles. And we know it's a different generation. We know it's, but when you went to the 49ers, man, when they brought you in, they had a plan for you, man. And how did that plan go? Because you played as a young player.
I play because I'm a dog, you know. Hey, I went out there and I kicked everybody's ass that was in front of me, and I took my job. Okay?
Okay.
Comprende?
Yeah, comprende.
I made him quit.
You
I made
learned
him
the
quit.
game.
Hey,
still had to
you know
learn
what?
the game.
What I learned was take it. If you want it, take it. That's what I learned. And I learned that at a young age when my daddy told me, boy, if you want to, go take it.
And you kind of in the same boat. You had to take it too, right? Free agent.
But I was fortunate enough to have this type of guy around me. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, you got to have a stern head coach. You got to have a disciplined head coach. But your players, and I don't want to get into the glory days of the Cowboys. That's long gone. But when you have Charles Haley, Tony Tolbert, you have Michael Irvin, you have Troy Aikman, guys like that, they set the culture for us. Winning was the only thing that mattered. When he, believe it or not, a lot of people say, well, they got rid of him from San Francisco. Well, Coach Johnson.
I got cut.
Yeah, whatever it was. Coach Johnson called some of his guys saying, what do you think about Charles Haley? Do he care about winning? And they said, that's the only thing he cares about. You even have preached to me how you and Ronnie Lott, like how that hurt you when Ronnie Lott left the team because all you cared about was winning. Players set culture. Players show you what to do. And I'll give you an example. When Charles first came to the Dallas Cowboys, after he finished cussing all of us out and scouting each one of us and telling us our weaknesses and how bad we were, then he got down to brass tacks. And he pulled me to the side and he said, Nate, you're not the same guy in the second half of the season that we see in the first half of the season. He said, you need to condition more. You need to continue your condition. And you remember for a whole year how we worked out? After practice, he would allow me to go home for like an hour and a half. I had to come back and get on the Stairmaster, the Stair Stepper. I had to do different things with him and Tony Tolbert. And that's when I made my first Pro Bowl, and I went like 5 straight, to the Pro Bowl because this guy would not, his guy would not let us lose.
What do you mean? Hang on. He would allow you to go
Yeah,
home. What do you mean he would allow you to go home? Weren't you a grown man?
It didn't work back then. Like that's what I try to tell people. It's the difference. See, a lot of people say dogs. He's a dog. Okay, really? Can this dog lead a pack? Can this dog be a wolf? He was a wolf. Mike Irvin was a wolf, and he led a pack. And when he said, let's go over here and eat over here, let's hunt over there, you did it because these dudes were going to the Pro Bowl. They're going to All-Pro. This dude was a Super Bowl winner. So who I'm going to listen to? I'm going to go home to my wife and say, baby, I'm cut because I didn't listen to Charles. I'm going to go home and take her a nice car. Say, I listened to Charles. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so that's how it was.
We need to winning is about 11 guys learning to play together.
Yes.
As Nate says, somebody has to set a standard, and then somebody got to hold people accountable. Now, like I said, I played hurt. I played injured. I told them I'm the alpha dog. I would lead no matter what. And so my words mean something. So I choose my words wisely. And as Nate said, hey, Nate helped set a standard because after practice, I would work out, then me and Nate would run. It was more of a bonding. Me and Nate, we went at it in the locker room 24/7. He was a joy. I mean, man, an absolute joy to be around. And you know what? Nate was never afraid. He said, Charles, this guy's doing this. Could you demonstrate, right? I'll get there and do it over and over for him. You know, so he could see
I
it.
never still could block it.
No, he couldn't. No, he knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming, still couldn't block it.
No, hey, I couldn't do it. I wanted a couple of times, let him do it, but then I said, if I let him do it one time, he gonna think he can do it every time.
Hey, you know, the thing.
Where's Jenny at? Jenny, where you at?
When I first got to the Cowboys, we were on a downslide and in a terrible way. Then Coach Johnson came in. He kind of leveled it out. Our offense was coming together. And we had young defensive players like now. But I'm telling you, two people came to me, and he asked me about the tall dude, Sean, at Houston. You remember that? Big, tall. He's, I think he's an African brother, native of Africa. And he asked me, Coach Johnson and Mr. Jones say, what do you think about Charles Haley, and what do you think about this dude, Sean, that played for Houston defensive end? I said, hands down. I said, I don't fear Sean. I'll bend him up. But Charles not only – I mean, I've seen Charles do an end, where the end come first and pick the guard and the tackle. I saw him do that for one of his teammates on me. You know, I was handling that big dude for the 49ers, but Charles hit me right out in the blind side. This dude come around and got a sack, and I couldn't – the rest of the game, Charles talking noise. But that's sacrifice. That's sacrifice. And what I'm saying is he was not only a great Hall of Famer, but he sacrificed for his teammates. And I don't want to say that these guys don't know that, but they're not sacrificing enough, you know, for their teams.
Well, the problem with these guys are, you know, practice start at 12. They out there at 11. They get there at 11:55. How do you work on your skill set? How do you do anything? I don't understand these group of athletes. They don't even talk to each other. It's about me. When it's going to be about we. When it's going to be about us. You know, the fans. You know, so I I owed the fans for my job. Those guys came to every game, no matter we were away or here. Yeah. Hey, we had home field advantage. Hey, and I appreciated that. You know, at the 49ers, you know, it's just like a job. They don't fire you, you fire yourself. Mm-hmm. So I fired myself from the 49ers. So, and that made me mad. So, so I came here and, Jerry told me he had my back. So he gave me the confidence that I could come out and be me. And I think without that, I don't know if I would have, in time, I probably would have turned into me. Mm-hmm. I think I probably been me regardless whether Jerry said it or not.
I think so, too. I think so, too. Tell you what, let's take our first break. When we come back, one thing that when Nate talks about you, there's a few things he says. A couple of them I can't say on the air. A couple of them I can. One is you're a leader. You're one of the smartest football minds he's ever met. I want to talk about leadership. Where did you learn leadership from? Is it something you developed into? Because we talk about leadership a lot about this team and who are your leaders and how do they get there and changing the culture and all that. I want to know, how did you learn to be a leader? Did you just morph into that? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Dak, his performance. And you guys are pretty familiar with the fellow named Jimmy Johnson. I want to get into He's going into the Hall of Fame this year.
He already went.
He went.
He'll be getting his ring. We just found out in the Philadelphia game. So I want to hear some Jimmy Johnson stories and what it was like to play for Jimmy. Let's do that.
Yeah, he do.
When we come back, you're listening to Crosstalk on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. We'll be right back. You guys.
Hey,
you guys are great.
Hey, I've been picking on you since the day I came here.
You have, barefoot and all, walking through the building back when I worked in the merchandise department. In your socks.
Yep.
You got shoes on tonight, Charles?
Yeah, I got shoes on.
Tonight.
Yeah.
And they Nike.
Yeah.
And they Nike.
That woman that runs this place told me I got to put shoes on.
Stacey Bowers, by the way, takes great care of us every Wednesday.
Where's Stacey at, man? Where's Stacey at?
She told me
they are so good to us here.
She told me I had to put shoes on. She told me I couldn't wear shorts. Hey, she like to tell people shit.
At least you got one of them right. You got shoes on.
Yeah,
you didn't
but
get the shorts menu.
Jerry told me that I could wear what I want.
Okay, well.
And he said that in a joking manner.
No, he did not.
We can tell by the shirt that you decided to wear.
But I'm going to just tell you, Jerry shouldn't have said it. I heard it through these ears, and I'm going to do what I want to do now.
So
it's out of your hands now, baby. I'm sorry.
Is that the young lady that told you?
That is Stacey Bowers.
Hey, you just remember, Jerry owns this show.
Yeah.
You run it, but Jerry owns it. So he told me I can be the boss.
Yeah.
Speaking of being the boss, Charles.
What?
One thing that is always said about you is how great of a leader you were, and a lot of people on those Super Bowl teams credit you with turning this team around and credit you with helping them win those Super Bowls. Leader, that's what you hear synonymous with your name. Where did you learn to be a leader? Was it something you just kind of was natural to you? Did you learn that from somebody else? How did you become such a leader on the team? I growing up, I was always belittled. I was always, I never measured up. And, one day I asked God to give me something to be good at, and he gave me 6 inches. So after that point, you know what I'm saying? In that vision, he said, hey, stand. So from that point on, I stood and I balled these things up. From that point on, I was my own man. And I just think that leadership is about forming trust. And as I said, you have to be a man of your word. If you say you're going to do something, you have to do it. That's what I believe. The other thing about leadership is details. I get down to the smallest details. I study the film. I teach them how to study the film. And then I'll take guys, I teach them everything I know because I'm not afraid of my skill set. I teach them everything I know because within doing that, it makes me better. So those are the sacrifices you make. And, like Leon, when I got here, Butch Davis said Leon couldn't play or whatever. We worked a few times, man. Hey, if he didn't have his issues, he'd be in the Hall of Fame with me. Hey, that's the type of player he was. And I mean, it's like I say, I was in control. So when I say he do, and when I say he do, and that's the way it has to be. If somebody got it, it can't be 5 alpha dogs. It has to be one alpha dog leading the pack, and then everybody else got to fall in line. What made you, Nate? What made Charles a leader to you? What made you want to follow him? What made you want to work out with him and do the extra work?
Just the things that he had accomplished. Then he was real. He didn't come into our locker room. A lot. When you sign with the Cowboys, that's already a brand. That's already something established. Well, Charles,
not back then. The Cowboys wasn't no brand. Jerry was losing more money than you can count on.
Let me finish.
He was about ready to go broke.
Let me finish. Well, at that time, we wasn't that brand. We wasn't that powerhouse. But Charles was. Charles, coming from the 49ers, had won a Super Bowl, had did what he did, had played
and
the way he
they
played.
asked me, said, Charles, let me see your Super Bowl ring. I said, hell, let's win one.
But I'm just saying, those are the things like when you ask him that, He said that 25, 30 years ago. He's saying it now today.
Yeah.
Why would you want to look at my Super Bowl when we can go win one? And
Yeah.
so,
And then I think I made Troy mad because I told Troy he won't know Joe Montana.
that was
So
cold.
Troy went back, and you know that little 3-ball thing? He went back, and he threw it, hit the middle one. I said, hell, anybody could get lightning once. He goes back again, throw it down there. I said, I shut up. I left.
I'm going to tell you something. When he told Troy that wasn't a nice day, that was silence. That was silence, you know. But the thing about it is he had a way of saying it, and it may sound ugly, but if you're looking at it, he's challenging you. He want to see who you are. And if you curl up on him, he ain't got nothing else for you. Mm-hmm. But if you stand tall, and even if you just don't even know what you're mumbling and try to say something, he going to back up just a little bit. So, but what always pleased me is, like I said, when he first got here, we didn't have that brand, that Coach Landry and Tex Schramm and all of them built. They was trying to rebuild it, and he helped rebuild that, man.
What do you – go ahead.
Well, you know, hell, I forgot what I was going to say.
All right, well, I'll help you. I'll start a new topic. Talking about leadership, you've been around this team.
It's the same topic. You just coming back to it.
Yeah, you work with these guys. You've been out there. You hear that about Dak. You hear that he's a leader. What have you seen in Dak in practice, behind the scenes, that do you think he's a leader? Do you think he's the leader of this team? Is he what they need?
Hey, Troy Aikman wasn't no leader. When did Troy get in people's face? Troy did his job and made guys do their job by just presence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. And if you think Dak can go out there and save all these guys, he can't. You know, it's like I said, it's a different game today. We were out there for 3 hours. And then Jimmy get pissed and started all over again. We out there 6 now. You know, hey, you remember that, Nate?
Wow.
I said, yeah, I pulled a hamstring.
Yeah. That's the thing about it is, you know, and like I said, you know, Shannon, a lot, we do shows together, and I try not to be critical. That is not my thing. I try to always spin a positive light. We're part of this big organization. But the bottom line is this right here. You have to have it right. If you have to have it right in practice, and you heard me say today, I say the Rams do the same thing the Cowboys do. They don't play players in preseason, but in training camp, they have to practice. They coach require, we got to practice and we got to have a set tempo. Well, that is what we're missing. We give guys days off in practice. Don't do that. You have to practice. If you're not going to play in the preseason game, you got to have a high tempo. And it started out that way. Then with Dak's shoulder, then the next guy, then the next guy. You can't have that. That's too inconsistent.
You know, when I was with the 49ers, we never put pads on. So people said that's an excuse. You know, you know, if you want a team to be smarter, I would not challenge guys to be tougher. I would challenge guys to be smarter. If you want these young guys to produce, teach them in the classroom. Let them see what their opponent's going to do to them, and so they can see what not to let them do and how to attack their weaknesses instead of running down their strengths. So that's one of the biggest things that I like doing was I take it as a chess match. And the other thing that kind of made me mad about what y'all talking about, I guess y'all say defensive line. I played offense because I was always attacking. Hey, standing still was not an option. I was always attacking. Standing still is not an option.
And standing still on this show is not an option either because we have to take another break. But when we come back,
where's my check?
We'll get that. You got to finish the show.
Oh, okay.
Because I know you. If we give you the check in the middle of the show, you gone.
I'm out of here, bro. I throw up the deuces.
So we're going to take another break. When we come back, let's get into a little Jimmy Johnson talk.
Yeah, let's do it.
Going into the Hall of Fame, let's talk a little Jimmy Johnson.
How I used to mess up his hair? I told him at the Hall of Fame, if he don't talk about me, I was going to mess his hair up.
Did you mess his hair up?
No.
All right, coming up next from Cowboys Club, Jimmy Johnson talk. When we come back, you're listening to Cowboys Crosstalk on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Broadcasting live from the Cowboys Club at the Star in Frisco.
Welcome back to Cowboys Crosstalk. Shannon Gross, Nate Newton, and our guest of honor, Charles Haley, on the show. Charles, SWBC Mortgage. Join the more than 120,000 customers that we've helped to find their happier way home. Visit swbcmortgage.com to find a pro.
Shoot, I might have to call them about refinancing. You know, brother got to find some money somewhere.
Do it. All right. Jimmy Johnson talk.
Oh, Jimmy.
Where do you want to start? I mean, there's
Yes,
so
sir.
many places
how
you guys
about
can
the
start.
6 cans of hairspray that he had in the coach's locker room? He would go out there for warm-up and see if it blew a little bit and then come back in and spray more. And then he had the gel, too. I don't know what really was going on.
Right.
Now he doesn't do it.
He doesn't?
His hair just moves.
He's got people to do it for him now. He's on TV now.
Man, don't hate.
I'm not hating.
You are hating.
Nate, tell me, what was Charles's relationship like with Jimmy? With Coach Johnson?
Love, hate, man. I mean, 1 minute they speaking, 1 minute they hugging, then the next minute they both are looking, staring at each other. I mean, it used to be ugly. We didn't know how to. When them two came into the room together, we had to always wait. Okay, let's see how these two gonna act today before we start doing what we got to do.
Two alpha dogs in the same room.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it was, you know what, it was funny, man, that, you know, the coaches, instead of telling me stuff, they would go tell Jimmy, and then Jimmy got to come tell me what they say. And then Jimmy walk up to me and go like, Charles. You know, I didn't hear, I probably did hear him, though, but I didn't act like I heard him, so I kept walking. And he goes, Charles. So then, out of respect, I turned and looked, and he goes, Charles, the coaches say you don't run the defense the right way, but you make plays. I said, ain't that what the hell you brought me here for? And I lost the point, dog. What's the point? He get to the point, huh? I didn't understand the conversation, so you know, I got pissed because I didn't understand the conversation. So
Right.
you know, so then that kind of, see, the coaches messed up our relationship because they were cowards. They were cowards to come to me and tell me what they had. I would walk up to them and tell them they idiots. Why didn't they just say, Charles, you know what? I'm not an idiot. Hey.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the biggest one. I think we won a game in Minnesota, the old field, the Metrodome. And we beat them in overtime. I don't know if it was overtime, but we beat them, right? And so we out there talking to all the guys, John Round and all these guys, and Coleman and all. And all of a sudden, I'm hanging with Charles. I'm like, man, we taking our time. But I'm seeing all the coaches like, come on in the locker room, hurry up. But I'm rolling with Charles. I'm meeting everybody. We walked in that locker room, and Jimmy said something. I looked at Charles in the wrong way, and Charles came unglued. The next thing I know, it goes back into this little room, and all you hear is,
I locked that door, baby. I locked that damn door. And you know what happened? He turned around and saw me. He said, Abba, Abba, Abba. I said, no, we're going to speak English now like you were doing out there. Hey, I couldn't understand Abba, 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 but let's talk about some English.
What did it mean to you guys when Coach Johnson finally got into the Hall of Fame as players?
it was great for me.
Yeah.
It was great for me, man.
He deserved it. You know, he's done it all. National championships and in college, and then, you know, taking the team to 2 Super Bowls. And, you know, you never know if him and Jimmy didn't have, Jerry had that spat, what would have happened? I know I wouldn't have been here.
Me either.
Yeah, I don't think he would have. I think he would have had enough of Charles Haley.
Yeah.
So
He'd have churned the bucket, man.
But I'm all I can say is that I'm happy. I got a chance to come talk to him. A few years back, I apologized to him for my actions because I realized we had the same goal. You know, it was just 2 alpha dogs trying to, you know, fighting over one bone. And he had his way as a head coach. I had my way as a defensive player. But, you know, my theory always been iron sharpen iron, because all it do is coach just call a play. We got to make it work. So I didn't value that part of the deal. So that was my fault, and so I got a chance to apologize to him for my verbiage and how I didn't respect him at times, and because I am really saddened that I couldn't see that, when I was playing. Hey, on a good note,
that was a good note.
No, this is a good note.
Okay.
My foundation, we're doing a dinner party here at the Star across the street, and a lot of Hall of Famers coming in town, and we still have a couple tables. You can go to tackletomorrow.com.
There you go.
But it's on Monday. Monday is showtime on Monday.
This Monday.
Then we got a golf tournament the day after on the 21st. So one of the big things is we have auction online, and we got helmets signed by all the Hall of Famers this year and the years prior. I got a lot of my personal stuff up for the auction to raise money, because it's hard to raise money for black and brown kids, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. Hey, I'm out there beating every tree, and I still can't get them to shake.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. And the thing about it, I'll be there, man. It's just if you all can go out on his line, on his .com, what is it, brother?
TackleTomorrow.com.
TackleTomorrow.com. Please go out there, because he invited me, and I'll be like, and the only reason I'm going not because of him, because all the Hall of Famers going to be there. And so these guys be feeling good, so you make them get a little something, what you do. So think about it.
Speaking of Hall of Fame, Charles, was it important for you to go into the Hall of Fame? What'd that mean to you?
You know what? It pissed me off because nobody's did what I've done, but yet the media, because I was anti-media or sometimes hostile, so they want to hold that against me, but they didn't look at my body of work. I watch film, and they double, triple team me, and a lot of these great players that will go in the Hall of Fame, they single block them. So, they knew I could take over the game, but yet I didn't get my respect. But when they gave me that gold jacket, I said, damn. I said, you can't take it back now. And every time I go there, and I let them know. I walk up there with shorts on, with no shirt, with that gold jacket on. And I tell them, I said, if you don't like the way I'm doing, I said, pay me. Pay me, I'll put a shirt on.
What, Nate, you always talk about, you've talked about it on our show numerous times, and with me and you just talking personally. What made Charles such a smart football player?
I don't know. Because they're looking
going to James Madison. I went to a white school. They taught me something.
Hey, tell you, y'all stop.
See, Nate didn't go to a white school, so he don't know.
Stop. Look at Charles. What says he's smart?
Hey, my head shake like a bullet because I'm a big shot, baby. Come on now. Come on, work with
nothing
me.
about this body, even when he was
Look at that body.
Even when he was 100 pounds lighter. You're fatter than me,
you know
Charles.
what? You know
Charles
what?
is fatter than me.
When we played, let me tell you something.
What's up?
So Nate was a big-ass vending machine. So you would walk by, you kick him in the ass, popcorn would drop by, fried chicken, Coca-Cola. I mean, all of it just pop out. I said, damn.
But now he's that vending machine. Okay?
Hey, but I'm the new sexy fat.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I got a lot to hold on to, baby. Hello. Don't hate me. Hey, check out all these guys who want to work out. They all skinny and stuff. Dog, they going like, they see it all. Now me, that's a mystery. That's a mystery. Hello.
No, what, that intelligence thing, you don't know who has it and who. But when you look at Charles, I'm like, Charles, okay. Sometimes Charles would rush, and he would not come off the ball fast. He would just come off, and he'll be just bobbing. I'm like, what are you looking at? Your feet? He said, I'm waiting for you to make a mistake with your feet. And once you make that mistake, I'm taking advantage of it. And I'm like, nah. So I'm trying to pass block him. And he does the same thing, but faster. And I made a wrong move, he was gone. And he did this for every guy. He knew every guy. And when he looking at film, he looking at certain pass rush situations, down and distance, what this guy like. And I don't know who helped him in that, but he had it all, man.
The thing is, everybody got tendencies, right? Mm-hmm. So offensive coordinator, the first 10 plays, they probably do something different. But the moment the Dallas Cowboys score, they think they're going to put 50 on them, they go back to their regular tendencies, right? So then you already got it down. And then the offensive lineman, I didn't practice much because, I was hurt. And but I had a skill set. So all I had to wait is when I jump off the line, where is his shoulder here or his foot? Or does his foot turn? So I know just by that position of his body where they're attacking. So that was the key for me. The problem was it started being that back
extra
being
guy,
there.
that chip back.
But the thing was when the back punched me, I always call a me call where I go down and hit that guard. I put him right there in the ear. I make him go, ding dong, ding dong.
Yeah, that's what happened to me when he got the dude to sack for the 49ers. I can't even think of the big guy now. I was handling this big dude, and Charles coming just
I like the ear hole. Hey, I don't want a sack. I could just walk up, get a sack, but I want to punish him.
Well, let's take our last break.
Your last break?
It's our last break, and then you can get your check.
Man,
and you can
shoot,
leave.
man. When you going to take that mask off? It ain't Halloween yet.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? When we come back, we got to talk a little bit about there's a game Sunday, a little bit about
what game?
Cowboys Chargers in L.A.
They going to L.A.?
They're going to L.A. on Saturday. They're playing on Sunday. So let's talk a little bit about that. When we
let's
come
do
back,
that. Let's
you're
talk about
listening
that
to the Cowboys Crosstalk on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Crosstalk, baby.
SWBC Mortgage's Cowboys Crosstalk.
Check this out.
Broadcasting live from the Cowboys Club at the Star in Frisco.
Welcome back to the show. Shannon Gross, Nate Newton, our guest of honor, Charles Haley, heading into our last segment of the show.
Hey, you're a pimp. I liked what you working with, dog. I love it.
The shirt, the jacket, the pocket square, the
somebody
beard,
pick that off for you. You can do it.
Granimals.
Huh?
Granimals. Remember those?
What is that?
Where
you match
like
the
Winnie
animals.
Pooh matched the animals.
Yeah.
He matched all the animals like Winnie Pooh and all of that. You have one little set with signs on it saying Winnie Pooh.
Yeah, Nate remembers the Granimals.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm confused.
Okay, we'll talk after the show.
Okay.
All right. Last segment. We can't do a show without talking a little bit about the current Dallas Cowboys heading into L.A. to play the Chargers. They looked pretty good last week.
Don't do that.
They looked pretty good. The Cowboys looked pretty good, but they lost, as Charles pointed out at the beginning of the show. So we're not going to get into moral victories and all that because I know how much you love those, Nate. But
hey, did we have corners?
Cornerbacks?
Yeah, did we have those?
We did. On the field, we had those, yes.
We did?
Yeah, Diggs played good against Evans. Brown kind of struggled a little bit against Antonio Brown.
He what?
He
Wait a
kind of
minute.
struggled just a little
So
bit.
why did Antonio Brown catch all those balls? Who was that on?
That was on Anthony Brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was last week, Charles. Let's talk about
this week.
And Tom Brady couldn't run, could he? Was Tom Brady a mobile quarterback?
Yeah, that's what the young guy
Was
said.
he mobile? Was he mobile?
No, he wasn't mobile.
So
He
is
was
this
getting rid of the
quarterback
ball.
this week mobile?
Yeah, he's a little bit mobile. Yeah,
A little bit more mobile, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hyper got an arm too, man. He got some touch. He's nice. Nah, Josh Heupel is nice.
See,
Who?
that's what I'm thinking.
Who?
And
What?
so-
Not Josh Heupel. What is? Heupel.
I don't know. You don't even know you're a quarterback, man.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know why I went to Josh Heupel. Lord, gee,
You
that's
got
that's
you got a
Oklahoma.
cheat sheet up here
That's
too, and you
that's
still screwed
Oklahoma,
up.
But that's why you the smart guy, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's why you the smart guy.
How important is it
Whoa.
to get Zeke involved this week?
if they're going to have any chance to win it, they got to control the clock. The best offense is the best. Hey, the best offense is the best defense because you're on the field. You keep your defense off. You keep them, rested. Mm-hmm. But if it's like a scoring frenzy, because our defense is not deep at all. Mm-hmm. They ain't deep when they got the first team out there. So you know what happens when they got to go to the second team. I'll be amazed, and at least we got one good linebacker out there
Parsons.
playing. Huh?
Parsons?
Yeah.
What did you see out of Parsons this last game?
Sure, I saw it all.
Yeah.
He can do it all, man. Hey,
he's the real deal.
And he got a little dog to him.
He's a real deal,
yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. But you know what? That was one game.
Yeah.
You know, I think you got to put a string of games together and some seasons together in order for you to get a good look at his skill set. Because we done had a bunch of one-hit wonders.
Yeah. Nate, what are your keys to this game? Offensive side.
Just to learn that this is Justin Herbert and not Josh Heupel.
I don't even know where that came from.
Brother,
I told
that's
you.
Oklahoma, man.
No, that's because he went to a black school instead of a white school. I went to a white one. I knew that.
Normally you just butcher the names. This one you just talk about the wrong guy.
Yeah.
You butcher names?
Yeah, badly, yeah.
I just say I don't know it.
Yeah, see, because he got an overbite. But anyway.
What comeback? Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
What do you think, Charles? What does these Cowboys have to do to be into this game, man, besides control the clock?
That's going to be it. I think that quarterback is really good. He's mobile. They're not disciplined. Randy Gregory will jump inside in a minute. Hey, and he gets to the edge, hey. That's what destroys a team. When a quarterback gets out on the edge and defensive lineman got to chase behind him, your leg's gone. So I think that defensive line does not San Diego's defensive line, it doesn't scare me. I think they should be able to run the ball. The thing that pissed me off is Lydell gets suspended. Mm-hmm. We finally get him back on the field, and now he's suspended. It's just like the cow. It's just bad to bad. It's always going worse and worse. It's never getting better and better and better. So how can they put games together when they never got that team together?
Right.
Hey, they always told me, a head coach is only as good as his players. Mm-hmm. And that's any coach.
Nate, how concerned should fans be about the offensive line? You're getting Zach Martin back. Lyle's out.
Coach Philbin has done a nice job. And my question here, and I know you asked me a question, but what do you think about the young Terrence Steele? What is there hope for this young guy that played 14 games last year at Texas A&M?
79?
70. Is it 79, Terrence Steele?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he garbage.
Wow.
Man, he ain't blocked nobody yet. He been trying for all last year. He ain't blocking nobody. He doesn't punch. I don't know what he does. I know one thing. Dak better be looking. Dak better be going like, Lord, please, Lord.
So you. Wow. Well, I'm going to tell you the report that we got during training camp is that he reshaped his body.
He what?
He reshaped his body.
How do you reshape a body?
Get a little more mass, muscle mass, get a little bit leaner.
So you're going to tell me a guy that's soft, he put on chest muscle, that going to make him hard?
I'm just saying what they saying. I'm just saying what they saying, Charles. The strength coaches, the coaches.
You took a kitten and reshaped the kitten muscle. Now you telling me he's a dog. That's what you did. That's what you're telling me. Oh, Lord.
I should answer the question.
You should have just answered it.
He's not as sorry as Charles say he is, people.
Because
Nate. I didn't say he was sorry.
What did you say?
I just said he can't block nobody. Oh, Lord.
Because you weren't real high on him last year, right?
But,
No,
but
I wasn't real high on him at the beginning of the year, and
listen,
I didn't like how the coaches
the thing
treated
that you
him.
don't understand is you're moving them from the left side where athletic guys are, right? Now you're moving them to the right side where these are big, strong guys, okay? If he couldn't do nothing with those guys over there, what you think will happen when, hey,
So you don't
They
think
gon-
you
they
don't
gon'
think a
put that-
year
they gon'
would-
put
you
that,
don't think a year would help this
they
kid?
can put that helmet right there.
You don't think the year would help this kid? You don't think
You
getting in the
can't
weight
change.
room?
You can't change a guy, man.
Okay, so if you can't change a guy, what's your game plan if you've got a kind of
Tight end.
Tight end,
Put a tight
running back.
Put a tight
Tight
end over
end,
there.
running back.
Yeah, make that defensive end get out wider. Yeah.
So you got to give him some help. Is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
How does that?
And that help has to come early in the game.
Yeah.
That help can't come after the guy get a
Yeah.
sack.
So
Yeah.
if you're helping with the tight end and a running back,
You don't have to. What you don't
Yeah.
understand is you're not helping. All you do is you take that tight end and flex him out a little bit. So now that end won't come up. He can't come up the field hard because he don't know whether he getting cracking down on or
Right.
not. So he gonna stand up, and then it's easier. So that's all I got to do is placement. It's body placement.
Okay.
You don't have to attack. And say at 2 minutes, you're almost over.
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
about a minute and a half.
Yeah, we
left.
got a minute. You know, and next time if you ask me a question, I learned
Just
something
answer
valuable.
it.
Don't
Next
no,
time
yeah,
Charles
don't
I
do
hope,
it.
show,
man,
just
next
answer
time
it.
I hope you got some Listerine because
Yeah,
this
yeah.
breath smells, man.
Don't deflect next time. Don't deflect.
You try to come back. Yeah, that wasn't a good with y'all.
Yeah, that one was
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
that was
that's-
kind of weak. You
that's
got to
kinda
come a little
weak, Charles.
harder
You gotta
next
come a
time.
little harder next time.
So we got about a minute. What is Charles? What is your prediction for the game on Sunday?
Cowboys win 21,
Oh.
21-19. Gonna be something close.
21-19. Is it too early for you to give a prediction?
Oh no,
Nate?
Cowboys winning by 1 point. I don't care.
1
they
point.
winning. Yeah.
1 point. What's the key to
Yeah.
victory? Charles says control the clock.
Make sure special teams do not hurt us. Like when we get in the red zone.
Oh,
we
you
have to
mean a
score
kicker?
touchdown.
Make sure he understand what pressure is.
Yeah.
Pressure creates a diamond.
All right.
You know, it doesn't kill a man. This create a diamond.
All right.
He ain't no diamond.
Okay, but hey, red zone. That's the key. We got to take advantage of all red zone situations.
Red zone
with
scoring.
touchdowns and not field goals.
Well, fellas, Charles, go get your check.
Go get your check.
It's a pleasure having you on. Thank you, Charles. Your headset's not on. We can't hear you. Nate,
Yeah.
thanks for being here, man. We'll
Charles,
see you next
swing-
week.
swing on over there and
Thanks,
get your check.
Cowboys Club. Thank you, everybody that showed up. We will be back next week, the same time, the same place. You have been listening for the last hour to Cowboys
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for letting
Crosstalk.
us get through
Thank
this
you very
with
much.
y'all.
See you next week.
Thank you.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!